What if I told you there's one ingredient you can add to your morning tea that could change everything? Your energy, your mood, your drive, and yes, your performance in ways that might actually surprise your partner. I'm not talking about some pharmaceutical trick or expensive supplement. I'm talking about a single teaspoon of something natural, something powerful, something you can start using tomorrow morning. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Rains. I've been a urologist for over 10 years, and today I'm going to share 3 different 1 teaspoon solutions. Each one targets a different aspect of male vitality, from hormonal drive to steady all day energy. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one is right for you and why it works so well for men over 50. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share could have your partner asking, "What in the world is in that tea?" Before we talk about the solution, let's acknowledge where most men over 50 actually start their day. Even if you exercise, even if you try to eat well, you're probably starting your morning in a state of subtle hormonal and metabolic deficit. This isn't your fault, it's just the reality of aging and modern life. When you wake up, your cortisol, your main stress hormone, is naturally at its highest point. That's normal, it's what gets you out of bed. But here's the problem. If your sleep was poor, or if you're dealing with chronic stress from work, finances, or family pressures, that cortisol stays elevated too long. And chronically high cortisol actively suppresses your testosterone. It drains your energy before you even leave the house. Meanwhile, your digestive system has been dormant all night. Your metabolism is sluggish. It needs a signal to wake up and get moving. And what do most men do? They slam down a strong cup of coffee, which provides a fast, harsh jolt that stresses the adrenals even more, or they sip a plain cup of tea that does virtually nothing beyond warming their hands. What you need is an intentional start, a morning ritual that provides 3 critical things. 1, hormonal regulation, something that gently counters excess cortisol and supports key male hormones. 2, metabolic ignition, an ingredient that tells your body it's time to burn fat, stabilize blood sugar, and use energy efficiently. 3, sustained energy. Not the jittery crash of high-dose caffeine, but clean, steady stamina and mental clarity that lasts all day. The solutions I'm about to give you all achieve this with the simplicity of a single teaspoon added to your hot tea. Let's start with the first one. If your primary goal is to reignite hormonal drive, boost mood, and tackle that feeling of being perpetually flat or lacking spark, your solution is maca root powder. Maca is a remarkable root vegetable native to the high-altitude Andes Mountains of Peru, a place where only the most resilient life survives. It's often called Peruvian ginseng, and it's been used for thousands of years for energy and fertility. Maca is what's called an adaptogen, a powerful class of plants that help your body naturally adapt to physical and psychological stress. Here's why maca is so uniquely powerful for men. It doesn't contain hormones itself, but it acts as a signal modulator on your hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. That's the master control system for stress and hormone production that sits in your brain. By helping to stabilize your stress response, maca indirectly supports your body's ability to produce and properly use its own hormones, particularly testosterone, and the precursors like DHEA. But here's what men notice most: a substantial and swift lift in libido and sexual desire. Maca acts as a powerful non-stimulant aphrodisiac, increasing desire and drive without causing jittery synthetic feelings. I recommend using gelatinized maca powder. That's the cooked form. This process removes the starch, making it significantly easier to digest and absorb than raw maca. You simply take 1 level teaspoon, stir it into your warm morning tea, black tea, herbal tea, it doesn't matter, and drink it down. It has a slightly earthy, sometimes pleasant butterscotch-like flavor that blends surprisingly well. The effect is subtle at first, often taking a week or two of consistent use to fully show up. But once it does, men consistently report waking up with more spontaneous energy, a clearer head, and yes, that unmistakable youthful spark returning. This is often the ingredient that leads to your partner asking, "What's gotten into you lately, Di?" Because the benefits show up in your mood, your energy, and your intimate readiness. Now let's talk about option 2. If your main concern is chronic anxiety, poor sleep quality, and a general lack of resilience, that frustrating feeling that you just can't bounce back or handle pressure anymore. Your perfect solution is ashwagandha root powder. Ashwagandha is an ancient Ayurvedic herb classified as a rejuvenator. Its name roughly translates to smell of the horse, signifying that it historically imparts the strength, vitality, and endurance of a horse. Like maca, it's a potent adaptogen, but its primary function is more focused on reducing stress and promoting deep foundational calm. While maca is the energizer and driver, ashwagandha is the balancer and calmer. It directly targets and lowers chronically elevated cortisol. When you're constantly stressed, from the moment your phone rings to the moment your head hits the pillow, your sympathetic nervous system is always in overdrive. This state burns through your energy reserves. It blocks hormonal processes, and it prevents your body's restorative functions from taking place. Taking just 1 teaspoon of high-quality ashwagandha in your morning tea helps smooth out the sharp edge of that morning cortisol spike. It doesn't sedate you, it simply makes you more robust and resilient to the inevitable stressors you'll face throughout the day. Think of it as putting a sophisticated shock absorber on your entire nervous system. For men, this translates into huge gains. Lower cortisol directly means better, more stable mood, dramatically reduced anxiety, and superior ability to think clearly and calmly under pressure. Furthermore, consistent cortisol reduction over a few months creates the ideal hormonal environment for long-term steady maintenance of your natural testosterone levels. It stops your body from wasting precious energy on low-grade panic and redirects that energy toward muscle maintenance, recovery, and peak cognitive performance. The trick with ashwagandha is the taste. It can be quite bitter, earthy, and pungent. I recommend using it in a strong flavored tea, perhaps one with spices like ginger or turmeric, and definitely with a dash of raw honey or pure maple syrup to smooth out the flavor. Now for option 3, if your primary issue isn't hormonal flatness or acute stress, but rather metabolic sluggishness, that slow creep of weight around the middle, fluctuating energy levels, and the infamous mid-afternoon crash, your solution is cinnamon powder. We're not talking about just any cinnamon. We're talking about high-quality Ceylon cinnamon, often known as true cinnamon, which is superior to the more common cassia variety for daily use due to its lower coumarin content. Cinnamon is a phenomenal, naturally occurring metabolic switch. Its primary power comes from its ability to dramatically improve your body's sensitivity to insulin. Insulin is the hormone responsible for moving blood sugar into your cells to be used for energy. As men age, especially with increased belly fat, they often develop a degree of insulin resistance. This means your cells ignore the insulin signal, leading to high blood sugar spikes, energy crashes, and the unfortunate storage of that excess sugar as fat, particularly around the gut. Adding a single teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon to your morning tea works proactively to stabilize your blood sugar levels right from the start of the day. It helps your cells become more receptive to insulin, effectively normalizing the energy delivery process. The benefits are immediate and cumulative. Better blood sugar control means sustained energy, no more sharp peaks and valleys, just a smooth flow of energy that lasts into the evening. Reduced cravings. When your blood sugar is stable, those intense mid-morning or mid-afternoon cravings for sweets or carbs vanish. Weight management. By improving insulin sensitivity, you make it easier for your body to access stored fat for fuel, helping to trim that stubborn belly fat. The great thing about cinnamon is that it's delicious and blends perfectly into any black tea, chai, or even a simple cup of warm water with lemon. It's powerful daily medicine that tastes fantastic and immediately begins addressing the core metabolic issues that undermine energy in men over 50. The reason these simple 1 teaspoon hacks work so profoundly isn't just the power of the ingredient, it's the power of the ritual. By deliberately choosing to add this single intention-driven ingredient to your morning routine, you're taking a powerful proactive step toward your health before the chaos of the day even begins. This commitment reinforces a feeling of control, discipline, and intentional self-care that's often missing in a fast-paced life. Remember, the body of a man over 50 responds best to consistency, not intensity. You're looking for a gentle daily nudge in the right direction, not a massive, unsustainable overhaul. Try cycling these options based on your needs. If you have a stressful week ahead or feel burned out, Focus on ashwagandha for resilience. If your mood is low and your vitality needs a spark, use maca for drive. If you're focusing on weight loss and avoiding energy crashes, make cinnamon your daily foundation. Choose one of these solutions, commit to it for 3 full weeks, and notice the difference. You'll feel a subtle but profound shift in your internal engine, more calm, more energy, and a greater sense of masculine vitality. And when your partner notices the change, when they see that confident energy and focus returning, and they start asking about your secret, you'll know the magic is in that single intentional teaspoon in your morning mug. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, hit that like button. Subscribe for more health and vitality tips, and share this video with someone who might need an extra spark in his morning. Let me know in the comments which solution you're starting with today. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Rains. I'll see you in the next video.